You're watching Friday Night Football Fever with Pete Byrne and Carl Duffenbaugh. Presented by TCU. The hits start now.
Good evening and welcome to Friday Night Football Fever here on WSBT-22. Carl and Pete, we got lots to get to tonight. Playoff atmosphere.
That's for sure. And some teams that are making some history for their respective programs we'll get to tonight as they continue deeper and deeper in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. But we start tonight with the sectional championship in Class 6A because there are fewer teams. And so everything kind of moved up a week. And Penn had to take the long drive out to Chesterton. But boy, when they got off the bus, they were ready. They outscored them by 21 points in the first quarter, up 21-7 here in the second. And adding to it as Camden Bone dumps the screen pass to Rashid Fahim. And there he goes, 40 yards to the end zone. Penn up 28-7. Camden Bone, the quarterback, just getting started. We saw the short pass. Now how about the deep ball? Looking downfield, and he's got Bryce Vorty. Vorty's got room to run, and watch as he gets a huge block from John Olson on the way in. Boom! Ouch. Another touchdown. 35-7 Kingsman, and the party's not done yet. How about the Wild Bunch defense? Jason Alexander, that's going to turn into a pick six. Penn wins it 49-15, so they will host either Maryville or go to Portage next Friday in the regional, but they've got a sectional title. One of many, many to line that hallway with. It's
Add him to the list.
Big trophy case. All right, now in Class 5A, South Bend Adams seems to be peaking at the right time.
That's for sure. Craig Redmond's bunch, 5 straight wins, including their sectional opener last week, a big win over Memorial. Quarterback Andrew Burgess giving his team a pep talk tonight, and it would pay off. First half, Burgess rolling out, connecting with Brandon Wadley, takes it in for a touchdown. That would make it a 14-0 game over Michigan City. Burgess wasn't finished yet. A quick throw here to the corner. Check this out. A one-handed grab by Walt Ellis, making Dad proud. Adams wins big, 41-28. Get this, Pete, their most wins in the last 20 years, and they'll go for the first sectional crown in school history next week.
That'll be fun to watch. Who are they going to play? They get the winner of Mishawaka and Elkhart Central. Nowhere better to be than a cool October night at Steel Stadium. Now, Central got hot in the playoff last year, won the sectional title, but the Cavemen were ready for them tonight. Opening drive, Darian Phillips, we've seen him do this so many times, keeps the ball himself, 25 yards to the house. Mishawaka up 7-0, just like that. Always love checking out the student sections around Halloween. Cavemen want the belt, and they are going at it. It was cold tonight, too. Still first quarter, Phillips, this time from just a yard out, but it's another touchdown. Mishawaka rolls tonight 51-7, so they will host Adams next Friday night.
Elsewhere in 5A, Concord having another good year, making the trip out east to take on Fort Wayne North. First quarter, it's all Concord. On a punt return, Josh Emerson made a couple guys miss, and then you see he's got a convoy in front of him. Emerson taking it all the way back for a quick 7-0 Minutemen lead. And later in the first, Concord's no-fly zone secondary just locking down the north side passing attack. This is a great pick coming from Jashawn Fox. Concord wins 28-19. They, as well, on to the next round.
So the question becomes, is it going to be an all-NLC sectional final? Hello, sir. Goshen visiting 5A powerhouse Fort Wayne Snyder. Snyder gives it to Money Woods. I'm not kidding. Money's his name. You see why. Trucks the defender. Goes in to make it 14-0 Snyder in the first quarter. Goshen playing some catch-up, so they got to push the ball downfield, but that pass is going to be intercepted by Drew Brelsford. Going to take this one back all the way to the 6, and Snyder would cash in again from there. They win 42-10, so Goshen's season is over. Snyder will come and play Concord at Dunlap next Friday night. That takes care of 5A. Now we turn our attention to Class 4A in South Bend, Washington. What a phenomenal season, the NIC South co-champions this year.
That's for sure, but their reward, Andrean, who of course played for the state title in 3A last year, moved up a class, and they already knocked out the team that Washington shared that title with, New Prairie.
However, this would turn out to be a wild game. Washington got to an early lead, picked things up in the second half, now game tied when Deion Witherspoon gets around the corner. We've talked all year about their speed, and now Andrean knows a little something about it. 78 yards on the touchdown, Washington up 27-21. Later, fourth quarter now, Tyler White, our student athlete of the week 2 weeks ago. He's got Witherspoon again, 29-yard touchdown. They go for 2 and get it, so they're up 14, 35-21, but late in the game, Andrean has rallied, down by 7. Brian Schmidt to David Graham. He hauls it in for the touchdown. It's a 35-34 game, an extra point away from tying it, but the extra point is not automatic. Washington blocks the extra point and they win it 35-34. The Panthers advance to the sectional championship game. How about that?
What a game. Riley, meanwhile, could go up against them. They won their first game a week ago in the sectional opener. They would have to get past St. Joe at Father Blythe Field. Opening drive, Tony Carmola keeping it up the middle for the Indians, dodging defenders, and into the end zone. St. Joe takes a 7-0 lead. Then in the second, Indians giving it to Courtney Rowell, makes a quick cut. That was slick. He is gone 32 yards for a touchdown. St. Joe wins 42-6, so they will play at Washington next week for that sectional crown.
Now as we go to the other quarter of the 4A bracket, Plymouth visiting DeKalb out in the eastern part of the state. First quarter, Jack Barron keeps it himself, weaves his way through traffic, and goes in standing up. Rockies up 7-0 early in the ball game. You thought that was nice? You haven't seen his best run of the game yet. Later in the quarter, 14-0, when Barron changes directions, and this time, after the little Heisman, he's going 60 yards for another touchdown. Plymouth rolls 56-14. They are moving on, and next Friday night, they will face Northwood, an all-NLC sectional title matchup. Northwood beat Northridge tonight 43-21. The Panthers will be heading to Plymouth next Friday night. That ought to be an awful lot of fun.
They've been playing well.
So we've gotten the sectional champion and Penn out of the way. Still a lot more football coming up. We've taken care of 5A and 4A, but we got 3A, 2A, Class A all coming up next after this timeout. Plus, we'd be remiss if we didn't let you know that Michigan football playoffs started tonight as well. Can an undefeated Edwardsburg keep the run alive? That and more when Friday Night Fever returns.